Hello, Snorkel MMA here, and welcome to my predictions for UFC Noche. Diego Lopes versus Jean Silva. I'm going to be picking Jean Silva here. I think in Lopez's last fight against Volk, it showed that if you're like a heavy hitter, it's actually kind of bad if you're fighting someone that's shorter than you, even though height should be an advantage, just because you have to punch down. I think this was shown a lot in the Hulk versus the Holloway versus Volk trilogy, where, Holloway has a lot of problems against shorter fighters, same with Topuria, just because, the body shots are awkward. So I feel like Jean Silva will have the body shot advantage here. He'll be able to get body shots off way easier than Lopez just because of the height. When you're taller, it's just harder to get off body shots. And I think Jean Silva, when it gets a bit later, he's going to start firing on the counters of Diego Lopes because Lopez slows down a lot. Like, all of his fights, he slows down. He comes out round one really aggressively, and then he kind of falls off in the later rounds, and he starts conserving his energy and not throwing as much. So I think round one's going to be a tough round for Jean Silva. I could see him even getting dropped, and then maybe Jean Silva has to go on the ground and enter closed guard and just to clear the cobwebs. So I think he might get dropped in round one, but I think in rounds two onwards, Jean Silva's going to be way faster. He's going to start finding counters. He's going to start finding some check hooks, and then he'll just have the body shots available to him way more easily than Lopez. So he'll get a lot of offense on the body, start winning out Lopez, genning his already pretty shit gas tank. And I think in the championship rounds 4 or 5, after going for a war, I think it's going to be a really good fight. Going to go for a war. I think Jean Silva will get the finish with a massive check hook, or maybe just a big combination when Lopez is against the fence, it just drops him. Yeah, because Jean Silva hits really hard, but Lopez, he hasn't been KO in 7 years, and he took some massive shots against Volk. And, Volk's not like a KO maxer, but he didn't even drop Lopez, So, yeah, Lopez has a solid chin, and I think this is going to be a war. Okay, moving down, we've got Rob Font versus David Martinez. This was supposed to be Rob Font versus Rahul Rosas Jr., but he pulled out, and David Martinez was supposed to verse Quang Lee, but he just swapped the fight for this. Yeah, Rob Font is 38 years old at featherweight, but I feel like he's still fast. He's really one of those guys that doesn't slow down that much when he gets older. I don't think he's slowed down to a considerable degree yet. And I think this is just too fast for David Martinez. This is his second UFC fight. Sure, he looked cool. He looked good in his Contender Series and his debut. But, going against one of the gatekeepers, like a defined gatekeeper in your second fight, I think it's just too much. And I think Rob Font's going to take him to a decision here, a crafty veteran's decision. Okay, now moving down to Jared Gordon versus Rafa Garcia. I'm going to be picking Jared Gordon. I feel like Jared Gordon is way better than his ranking. I feel like he's top 15 worthy, top 15, maybe in the top 10. I don't think much better than that. I just feel like, he had 3 really unlucky decisions pretty close together that really stunted his growth. He should really be 12-3 in the UFC instead of 9-6. I mean, 9-6? Yeah, 13. I can't remember what the map is, but he should have a way better record than he does. Robbed by Pimblett, robbed by Hackras, and then he got a no decision against Bobby Green. He finished him, and then he got a no decision when way more egregious stuff happens and they don't turn it back to no decision. Yeah, I feel like Gordon's strength, he's not a ace in one category. It's not like his stand-up's really good or his grappling's really good. I feel like he's just really good at mixing it up. He's very elite at mixing it up, overloading the opponent's nervous system. And I think his ground and pound is actually above. It is pretty elite. And I think his mixing up ability is elite. And that's enough. If you have 2 elite qualities, you should be ranked in the, because, it's still a new sport. The skill pool is not that deep. So yeah, I think Gordon is top 15 worthy. And, Rafa Garcia is alright, but I think Jared Gordon's just another level when you go Gordon by decision. Okay, then we've got Kelvin Gastelum versus Dustin Stoltzfus. It's sad to see Kelvin Gastelum at middleweight. I really wish he could just fucking die and get to welterweight. I mean, pot calling the kettle black a bit, but man, he should be at welterweight, bro. I feel like he could actually be good at welterweight. I feel like his boxing is, I wouldn't say elite, but elite for MMA. But by MMA standards, his boxing's elite. And yeah, Stoltzfus, he's 3-6 in the UFC, but he has only lost to pretty good guys. I wouldn't say elite guys because he lost to one of the Dorcas, the lighter Dorcas brother, and another guy that wasn't really that good. But he has lost to mostly good guys. But Gastelum's only lost to contenders really in his whole career, and I think he's a level above. His boxing's a level above, and his takedown defense is a level above, so there's no way Stoltzfus can get him down. I think he's going to be trapped on the feet, and Gastelum's boxing is really good. He's kind of like a point fighter boxer nowadays instead of actually doing damage, but he just knows how to win fights off his boxing. And yeah, I'm going Gastelum by decision just because he doesn't have much power. I think he doesn't put anything to his shots because he doesn't want to gas out. Okay, then we've got Alexander Hernandez versus Diego Ferreira. The main card of this UFC Noche is actually really good. Like, some good fights on this. I'm going to go Alexander Hernandez. Ferreira is 40 years old at lightweight. That's pretty old for a light division. And yeah, I think Ferreira is good. I think Ferreira is really good. I rate him. He's definitely a step up from Hernandez's recent opponents. Except Chase Hooper's good as well. But yeah, I think that Hernandez's main problem on his losing streak that he was on was his just lack of confidence. I think now he's on a win streak. I think he's very highly skilled, but he's just kind of like he had like a mental problem. It was holding him back. I think now he's on a win streak. He's looking good. I think he's gaining confidence. I think that skill for skill, he's better than Ferreira, and he just needed to get a win streak going, and I think he will win this as well. Hernandez by decision because Ferreira's a dog, so I don't think he's going to finish him. Okay, then we got Santiago Luna versus Quang Lee. Santiago Luna is stepping in on short notice because this was the guy that David Martinez was supposed to verse, but now he's in the co-main. This is Luna's UFC debut. He is undefeated, but he just fought in random orgs, like not even like a LFA or anything like that, just completely random orgs. Quang Lee's pretty decent, He's good. He's beat some alright guys. I'm going to favour him over a short notice UFC debutant for sure. Lee by decision, it's kind of a lock. Okay, then we got Jose Medina versus Dusko Todorovic. This is a 3-fight loss streak versus a 4-fight loss streak. Whoever loses this is probably getting cut. But to be fair, both guys have got like a murderer's row. Like they're both versed like hype people coming off the Contender Series that are like getting like first round knockouts. They're all like they're both versus Zach Resse, Mini Ngannou. Like they keep feeding these guys killers. So this is like the first matchup where they're versing someone close to their skill. Well, not for Todorovic actually. Todorovic has versed people close to his skill and he wins every time. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Todorovic. He seems decent. Medina seems like an absolute punching bag, just like Homer Simpson maxing from what I've seen of him. So yeah, I think Todorovic's a little bit better, and I'm going to go him by decision because this Medina guy has got like an iron chin, and this Todorovic guy, he doesn't really hit that hard. Okay, moving down to Claudio Puelles versus Joaquim Silva. This Puelles guy is the guy that versed Dan Hooker, and he just kept rolling for leg locks over and over and over. He's like chronic racing maxing, but not even like roll around and jiu-jitsu, just leg locks only. But this Silva guy is 36 at lightweight. Okay, that's a bit older. But he does have BJJ in his nickname. His nickname is Neto BJJ. And this Puelles guy, 2-fight loss streak, and in his 2 losses, I think he lost his confidence in his striking early against Dan Hooker in the early bit of the fight, and he just refuses to strike now. He just completely chronic racing maxes, just pulls guard, and like rolls for leg locks. So this guy, Silva, he's older, so he's older, and he's got BJJ in his nickname. He's been around the UFC for ages, so he's like a vet. I think he's not going to get flustered by Puelles' game plan. Everyone knows what his game plan is now. I think he'll either be able to keep it on the feet or just have like really tight submission defense and just control him on the ground. I think will KO Puelles because I think he's going to be able to keep on the feet and just Puelles is going to be scared as fuck and just get KO'd. Probably KO round 2. Because I feel like they might scramble around on the ground for a bit in round 1, and then I think he'll get the KO round 2. Okay, we've got Tatiana Saurez versus Amanda Lemos. Lemos is 38 at strawweight, the lowest possible division, and she has double Suarez's fight, so she's older in age and also fighter age. I'm going Suarez here. I feel like Lemos' anti-grappling is not near the level good enough to defend the shots of Suarez. I think Suarez will get her down round 1, oppressive as fuck. Maybe give her room so Lemos can try and escape just to like wear out our gas tank more. And then she'll be gassed round 2, take it down again, and then gets the sub at the like halfway through to the later half of round 2, I think. So yeah. Okay, we got Jesus Aguilar versus Luis Gurule. Gurule's the moderate favourite here. I don't know why I'm going Aguilar. Aguilar's on a 3-fight win streak. He was on a 3-fight win streak in the UFC before he lost to Rastabel Itavam, who's legit. He's 3-0 in the UFC. Gurule made his debut in his last fight, and he lost to Odo Osborne by KO in round 2. Odo Osborne KO round 1, okay, maybe I can see it. But if you get through round 1 as Odo Osborne, that's his only threat, and then you somehow get KO'd in round 2, I don't know. And also, Osborne's like literally like 6-12 in the UFC, and for some reason this guy's the favourite. I don't understand why. So yeah, I think Luis Gurule's a fucking live as fuck underdog here. No, fucking Aguilar, Aguilar's an underdog here. And I think decision, just because Gurule, his build is very blocky. So I think maybe he'll be able to eat the shots. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets KO'd. Okay, and then we've got Zach Resse versus Sedriques Dumas. I'm going Zach Resse here. I think these two are very similar fighters. Like, they have a very similar style. I think Dumas is a little bit more of a kicker. Zach Resse is a lot... he uses his hands a lot more. I think Dumas also has a bit of footwork. But I think Zach Resse hits way harder. And he plays as, like, the rangier game better with his hands. I think he's gonna catch him round 1, but I think if it gets past round 1, I'd probably go Dumas because I think he'd win off kicks and just moving around better. But I think Resse will catch him round 1. Also, I don't know if you guys saw this, like Sedriques Dumas did a thing on Twitter. He gets like $13 to his name. Well, he showed a screenshot of his bank, but I reckon what he did, he probably has like multiple banks. Like I have multiple accounts. He probably just showed one that he uses for just like an old one that has $13 in it. And he probably has... There's no way you can live with you $13. The fight's not even like tomorrow or something. Like, how is he doing anything when he has $13? It doesn't make any sense. He must have savings on another account. That's a bullshit. I don't believe it. Okay, then we've got Alessandro Costa versus Alden Coria. This is a lock and a half. He's minus 400, so that's like barely any value. I'm going Alessandro Costa, by the way. He's the lock. This Alden Coria guy is making his UFC debut. He is 5-2 on the LFA. He isn't bad. I rate LFA is pretty highly. Like, two lots in the LFA is not that bad. But, yeah. Alessandro Costa 2-2 in the UFC. He's beat two pretty alright guys, and he's only lost to Silva and Amir Albazi. So he's pretty fucking good. You'd have to be on crack to pick the UFC debutant over the guy that's proven himself to be pretty good. So I'm going to go Costa KO round 2. Okay, then we've got Alice Ferreira versus Montserrat Randon. That's kind of a fucking sick... Monster Rat? That's actually kind of cool. Oh, Monster. That's less cool. This is not Alex Pereira's sister, by the way. This is Alice Pereira. Yeah, Monster Rat would be so much cool. Is 36, and she hasn't fought in a year. It is bantamweight, though, so that's heavy for a woman. And she hasn't fought that much, only 7 fights, so she's like in fighting year, she's pretty young. But I'm just going to go with the favorite here, because I can't remember this Monster Rat. I'm sure I have seen her fight, but I just can't remember anything. I'm not going to look up these Pereira highlights. She's making her UFC debut. Also, her topology is weird as fuck, because there's two or three fights that it says, like, an eligible, this is a sus promotion, it doesn't even count. So she actually has 8 fights, but 3 of them got strict from the record because the promotion was so shit that they can't even count it. So, honestly, Monster Rat would be a pretty alright underdog pick, but the odds are too close to risk it. So I'm just going to go to the favorite here, Pereira by decision. Okay, then we've got the Ultimate Fighter welterweight, I think, finale. Rodrigo Sanzanato versus Daniil Donchenko. I watched the whole Ultimate Fighter. It was actually alright. And I think Daniil looks way better on the feet. Rodrigo is more of a grappler. He's more of a pressure fighter than he gets you against the cage and tries to grapple you. But the one thing I think Daniil gives Daniil the edge here is he has a lot of unorthodox strikes, like elbows, uppercuts, like knees. Like, he does that a lot. He's not just like a 1-2 combination basic fighter, like leg kick boxing combination. He does very unorthodox stuff, like step in elbows and shit. So I think he's going to be showing a lot of threats up the middle. That's going to make it really hard for Sanzanato to get the takedown. I think he's going to piece him up on the feet. I could see him landing a knee or an uppercut on an entry from Sanzanato, like a takedown entry. I feel like it's really good if you're naturally an unorthodox striker and you throw stuff up the middle. I feel like if you're like more of a boxing combination leg kick type of guy, like a really clean, crisp, and then you try and throw stuff at the middle to just be like, yo, you can't shoot a shoot down. I'm doing stuff at the middle, even though it's not part of your regular repertoire. It doesn't work as well against grapplers. But if your regular repertoire is stuff up the middle, and then that's just like naturally how you throw, then it really fucks up the grappler, I think. And yeah, I think Daniil will KO him around 2.